Hi and welcome back to another episode of the Green and Gold Show. With me today is Terry Danyluk, head coach of Golden Bears Volleyball. Thanks for joining us today, Terry.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
So now that it's been a couple months after the CIS Nationals where the Bears won bronze, how do you feel last season went as a whole?
Well, I mean, I've got mixed feelings, obviously, because we had hoped really to have a chance to three-peat. It wasn't something we talked about through the season, but it was obviously something that was a possibility, and not succeeding in that is a little bit disheartening. But at the same time, we had an incredibly good season. We had a couple of things happen in the last month of the season that might have caused us to stumble a bit, but we still had our chances to win, and we came up against the team playing their best volleyball at the right time, which is the secret to winning the CIS championship. It's a long and grueling season, and the two previous years we were able to do that. And this past season, I thought we had a very, very good season, and a couple of weeks of some minor injuries, some major injuries that happened that I think I'd love to have back. But at the same time, even with those in place, I thought we still had an opportunity. And again, like I said, the team that we faced in the semifinal played their best volleyball when it mattered.
Now, how do you feel about the recruiting class coming in this season?
I'm really happy with the recruiting class. We're still waiting on a couple of athletes that are coming directly out of high school. We won't know about their admission to the U of A until academics are all straightened out. But the ones that we do have committed right now, a new setter in Max Elgert, who's joining us. He's a youth national team setter. Tariq Sani, who's joining us from Ontario, is a junior national team player, as well as he's representing Canada at the U19 World Beach Championships. Jacob Dynam from Barhead, who's on the youth national team as well. And then there's a few others that I'd like to mention now, but we will once things are finalized with that process. We graduate some really great players in Riley Barnes and John Goranson, and some of our supporting cast with guys like Chris Jones. And those guys it's not possible to replace them completely right away, but I think some of the guys we have coming in, plus some of the guys who have been in our program up until now, have a really good opportunity to step up.
Now, the Golden Bears are hosting the Nationals this March. What does that mean for your team and volleyball in Edmonton in general?
Well, hosting national championships, the one thing about it means we're already qualified, so that part of it is done, and as a team we need to be prepared to be playing our best volleyball at that part of the year. That's the objective, and of course we'd like to go in there as Canada West champions and to do all of the things we need to do to earn our way there, not to go in as the host. And so I have that as our objective, and to do that we've got a really tough conferences. People talk about it all the time, that the Canada West Conference, just being able to qualify for a national championship out of our conference says a whole lot. So 3 of the top 4 teams at the CIS last year were Canada West teams, and so that's the first order of business, making sure that we get everybody healthy, making sure that we do all we can to prepare ourselves to be playing our best when the time comes.
So what are the plans for this summer right now for Bears Volleyball? When do you guys start?
We'll start up actually August 22nd for the very first time. It's the earliest we start by 3 or 4 days, but we're going to initiate this year's training with something we've never done, where we've offered a junior elite camp out to the public for players 14 to 18 years of age to register. They need to have a minimum of 2 years club experience, but the camp is designed as a 3.5-hour camp for 5 days, and they'll be actually training with our team. So the athletes that are coming to Golden Bears Volleyball, plus several that are trying out for Golden Bears Volleyball, will be combined with those guys who decide to register and join us for the camp. And we're going to structure it around those groups of athletes working together throughout the camp and giving the young guys an opportunity to actually train and play at a level that would be considered the top of the country outside of the national team. So it's a little bit of a stretch for us, but I think it's something that I'd really like to throw out there, and we're hoping that we'll get the response from the young volleyball people out there. It's a first time opportunity, and I think it's one that would be really beneficial for them.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for the show. Thank you for joining us today, Terry. Make sure to keep checking in this summer as we catch up with the other Golden Bears and Pandas teams, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.
That's good.